Macau is a little slice of Portugal deep in the heart of the Far East. It seems hard to fathom that only 60 kilometers away from the urban jungle of Hong Kong, well-preserved Portuguese colonial architecture and cobbled streets exist waiting to be explored. The majority of Macau's attractions are concentrated along a strip of prestigious hotels and casinos. But Macau is more than just the East's center of gambling. There is more to it than the glittering lights of those establishments, especially at night. Take a stroll through the bustling streets of the ruins up to the cathedral, and you'll see the city's rich past everywhere. It's no surprise that the historic center of Macau has been included in the list of China's most significant World Heritage Sites. Keep on watching to find which tourist attraction would remind you of Macau's storied past. Number 1. The Ruins of St. Paul. The Cathedral of St. Paul is a landmark that no one should miss because it is regarded as a symbol of history throughout the nation. It depicts the daily struggles of the Chinese community through the Portuguese era. St. Paul's Cathedral, formerly regarded as the best Christian structure in the Far East, is now only known for its towering Renaissance facade, which can be found at the summit of the wide flight of granite stairs in Macau. A new church, built by Christians expelled from Japan in 1637 and modeled after the Gesù in Rome, was finished after the first one was destroyed by fire in 1601. Typhoon and fire devastated the church in 1835, but the facade still shows some of the cathedral's previous splendor. The church is dedicated to the Mother of God in an inscription above the doorway, and there are also statues of Jesuit saints and the abundance of relief ornamentation. In addition to its historical significance, the church's magnificent architecture exhibits a fusion of Renaissance motifs and Oriental-styled facades. In the church, there are also images of the Virgin Mary that were revered. It stands out among the most well-liked tourist destinations in Macau because of the carvings and paintings that give it that special air. Number 2. Sonato Square. Sonato Square, a lovely pedestrian area in the center of Macau's history, is where you'll likely begin your trip there. Sonato's public square spans over 4,000 hectares and is situated in the center of the peninsula. It is the center of the thriving country's throbbing crowds and cultural events. The atmosphere around the square is undoubtedly lively, with vibrant shopping malls and adorable Chinese eateries serving delectable regional cuisine. The beautiful former Senate building, which is now home to the Municipal Council and is often regarded as Macau's greatest example of Portuguese colonial architecture, are among the city's highlights. The building was constructed in 1784, its beautiful facade was completed in 1870, and it underwent a thorough restoration in 1940. The Council Chamber, which features exquisite wood paneling, and the Senate Library, which houses more than 50,000 rare manuscripts, some of which are over 500 years old, are the interior highlights. The square is a terrific place to shop and eat at restaurants serving both Chinese and European cuisine. Other tourist sites, such as St. Dominic's Church from the 17th century, are also located here. Number 3. Amma Temple. The magnificent Amma Temple, which was constructed in the Macau Peninsula in 1488 and is dedicated to the goddess Matsu, served as the model for the Portuguese when they decided to rename the city a few decades later. One of the most significant religious sites in the city and a part of Macau's UNESCO Historic Center, this Buddhist temple is well worth visiting. A winding route leads you through the temple's gates, which are guarded by the imposing stone lions. Mazu Picture is just up ahead, and according to the locals, all of the temple regions, this hall has the longest history. The sculpture is designed as a temple to the goddess Mazu, and the hall has various poetry inscribed in her honor. This temple, which is divided into 6 easily accessible sections called the Gate Pavilion, Prayer Hall, Memorial Arch, Hall of Benevolence, Zengayo Shanlin, and the Hall of Kunyam, has a lot of interesting things to see, like its many statues of the goddess Matsu and fierce-looking stone lions, as well as shady places to stop and enjoy the peace of the temple grounds and breathtaking views of the bay. The remains of St. Paul's Cathedral are direct across the Fortaleza de Monte. Number 4. Fortaleza de Monte, home of the Macau Museum. Fortaleza de Monte, which is constructed in 1626, served as the center of Portugal's military presence in this region of China for many years before becoming the governor's house, a function it carried out until 1749. The three-story Macau Museum, which is devoted to the archaeology and anthropology of Macau, with a focus on how the Chinese, Portuguese, and Macanese have come to live and work together, is now housed in this old citadel. The Macau Museum is a cultural institution that houses a wide variety of artifacts significant to the local community's history and culture. The items shown at the museum provide a window into the lives and eras of those who have lived there over time. The museum's different floors contain artifacts from various historical periods. For instance, the second floor showcases Macau culture and artwork, while the first floor is devoted to Chinese civilizations. The third floor shows contemporary life and how Macau is portrayed in books and other works of art. Number 5. A.J. Hackett Macau Tower. One of the city's most iconic buildings and a well-liked tourist destination, the Macau Tower is a huge component of the Macau Tower Convention and the Entertainment Center. The tower's entertaining features include an observation deck with breathtaking views of the city, as well as a variety of dining establishments, cinemas, and retail options. The tower is 338 meters tall and was designed for telecommunications and television. The Macau Tower Skywalk offers stunning views of the observation level's outer rim for thrill seekers, or you can experience that world's highest bungee jump at 233 meter point. Number 6. Giant Panda Pavilion. Due to its location on Cotai and relative isolation, the Giant Panda Pavilion frequently has lack of visitors. It's also among the top family activities in Macau. Enter the striking structure and be amazed by the translucent ceiling, which is shaped by a massive seashell. There are several gigantic pandas, adorable red pandas, and a variety of monkeys in the animal pavilion. The morning is when the animals are most active and easiest to watch, although they also appear about 2 p.m. when they are fed. The building boasts lovely gardens, koi ponds, and a playground for kids. There is no cost to enter the park, but there is a small fee to see the pandas. Number 7. The Maritime Museum and Fisherman's Wharf. The excellent Maritime Museum, located in a contemporary structure next to the Amma Temple, houses a variety of exhibits, including a thorough collection of information on Macau's maritime history, model ships, and fishing gear. A variety of dioramas depicting significant occasions in the city's seafaring past are among the exhibits that demonstrate the evolution of nautical and meteorological instruments that are quite interesting. A reconstructed Chinese dragon boat, a sampan, a flower boat, and a fishing smack used by immigrants escaping from Vietnam may all be seen in the inner harbor, which forms the border between Macau and China, in front of the museum. The nearby Macau Fisherman's Wharf, also known as Doca dos Pescadores, a lively theme park with a variety of stores, eateries, and attractions, is also worth a visit. A spectacular theme park with a separate part for each port city, including Miami, Amsterdam, Lisbon, Venice, and Cape Town, Fisherman's Wharf has spread to over 100,000 square meters. In addition to numerous restaurants and shopping spots, the park is home to a number of bright casinos and lively pubs. Nightlife and party enthusiasts from around the nation are drawn to the abundance of discos, and more than 150 shops offer a large selection of fashionable clothing. The Wharf, formerly a tranquil neighborhood, is now a busy tourist destination. Number 8. Cologne Island and Hoc Ça Beach. The island of Cologne is connected to the mainland by a bridge and a causeway and is located south of the Macau Peninsula, past the island of Taipei. Cologne is an island with pine forests, eucalyptus trees, tropical vegetation, farms, and a variety of stunning beaches with fine white sand. This information frequently comes as a pleasant surprise to visitors. The most well-known of these beaches is Hoc Ça Beach, which is located on the island's east side. The beach area has a recreation complex with facilities for swimming, tennis, mini golf, and other enjoyable pastimes. Cologne Park is home to Chinese pavilions and tropical plants. Choc Fan Beach, located at the southern tip of the island, is another noteworthy beach. the Tam Chin Temple, famous for its whalebone ship model with a wooden dragon's head, and Cologne Village, a picturesque tiny chapel dedicated to St. Francis Xavier, with a monument honoring a successful Portuguese action against pirates in 1910 in front of them. They're also noteworthy. Number 9. Kunyam, the Temple of the Goddess of Mercy. The current Kunyam Temple, which is devoted to the Goddess of Mercy, was constructed in 1627, while connections to a temple on the property date back to the Yuan dynasty in the 13th and 14th centuries. 3 Buddha statues stand in the entrance hall to symbolize the past, present, and future. In another hall, there is a statue of the Goddess of Mercy who is surrounded on either side by the 9 Buddhas. The lovely courtyard garden of the temple, where the first ever treaty between US and China was signed on July 3, 1844. It's also noteworthy. A rare gilded Buddha statue is claimed to resemble the famous Venetian explorer Marco Polo, and there are Ming-era porcelain reliefs and roof turrets with figures. A sizable Chinese garden with the Tree of Loving Couples, where young couples make wishes for luck for their future lives, is located behind the temple. Linfeng Mui Temple, a Taoist location constructed in 1592 that long served as a staging area for pilgrims to China, is a worthwhile visit. Number 10. Taipei Island. A fantastic day trip is to the island of Taipei, which is south of Macau and connected by a massive high-arched bridge. The town itself has a significant number of Chinese stores and Portuguese colonial structures, along with a well-known horse racing track. It was formerly a Chinese customs post for ships entering Macau, and for decades it was the customary location of fireworks companies. The Buddhist shrine of the 4 faces of the Pak Tai Temple, which was built in 1844 and is renowned for its elaborate decoration and life-sized 2 guardian figures, are further attractions. The most well-known of the island's several minor temples is Tin Hau, which dates back to 180 years and is noteworthy for its ornate shrine. The beautifully preserved colonial Taipei House, which houses the Taipei House Museum and features intriguing exhibits of furniture typical of early Macau homes, is a must-see. While our list only limits itself to 10 top picks, if you journey a little in either direction from the city center, you will undoubtedly stumble across other hidden gems in the city. Which of our top picks have you tried? Also, check out this other video if you wish to visit Sao Tome and Principe. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of our 10 prime picks.